everybody? This is your Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 5, Episode 2 review, episode Silent Bro Code. I'm going to try not to be too loud because it's 5:13 in the morning over here in Germany, and like I said, the way that my situation set up is I have a room, common space, and then I have a suite mate. So I'm not trying to be too loud, but I actually have this window open because it is hot as fuck, and I keep forgetting to take one of my fans and point it this way, so I'll be wiping myself down. But because it's early and everything, I'm trying not to be loud. I'm pretty sure other people have their windows open too because it's fucking hot over here. So, but yeah, it starts out with lit. Hold on. Okay, I know Brooke is talking with Prince. I didn't write down who was with who, but fudge it. Brooke is saying that she was at a Facebook live event. Is this it? Yeah, a Facebook live event, and Safari and Lyrica were both there, and he was flirting with her hard, and she didn't shut that shit down. So I'm like, oh. And they even showed a clip of that. Not really too much, but at least enough to, back up the fact that they were at an event together. So then you got Bean Pie, Marcus, but I'm calling his ass Bean Pie. Bean Pie and A1. A1 says, he and Lyrica dragged Kate Michelle. And I'm just like, okay, bruh, this ain't make you look any fucking better right now, but alright. And then Bean Pie says that he and Brooke, they ain't together. So I'm totally skipping all of they shit because it's a lot. To me, a lot of it's bullshit. I've already said that. But anyway, it says they ain't together. She told him to, sow his oats. So that's what the fuck he doing, whatever. But A1 brings up the rumor to Bean Pie and says, and Bean Pie says that this isn't the first time that he's hearing it, because Brooke had also told him something very similar. So in essence, pillow talk, and hey, this is what I heard. So you got Kate, Michelle, and Bridget. They rehash their events, and Bridget says to Kate, she gave Paris her number so she can call her. She was like, yeah, she called me, and I'm pretty sure that she didn't tell you the whole story. So if I got everything down correctly, she got a new assistant, which means that Paris was no longer on the payroll, and sent her to the store to get some items. And when she went to use the card was declined, and it probably, well, I guess it can be declined, but the whole it was a fraud alert. So the bank was suspicious of some fraudulent activity, so they pretty much locked the account. Like I said, I've had that happen to me, because like I said, sometimes I do some fucking moving around, and I don't always contact the bank to let them know I'm in a different place, and I go to use the card, then the card don't work, and now I'm standing there looking fucking stupid. So yeah, but my bank has actually gotten better with, if they feel there's a fraud alert, they'll actually send me a message through the app on my phone, so I can go ahead and verify, so we don't have these issues anymore. But I've definitely fucking been, that shit's embarrassing. And Kay says since her health crisis, it has her rethinking relationships to include her relationship with Paris. So here we go. So Apple Watts in the DM to Lyrica, which makes sense because they don't have each other's number now. She said, I called Lyrica. I would have had to pull a Forest Rocks Mona bitch. Oh my god, like, oh, some real shit, tangent. I really do think that Forest Rock should do like a montage, the best of Mona bitch, and then just like have that. Like, I would love if she did that. That should be great. Anyway, my bad. So Lyrica and Apple Watts meet up. Apple Watts is saying that she's just trying to, get her life together and do something different, because it's mostly been, her stripping and doing drugs and all the things in between. She didn't go too much into detail, but, I'm not saying this isn't her real life, but if this is for a storyline, she could have even used this to say, I have these issues going on in my life. So in addition to stripping and me having to sell my body, I also have to, take drugs and do alcohol to cope. Like, that would have been good. That would have been good. I'm gonna fucking up, but that would have been good. A1 pops up and says that he sent Lyrica a message to drop her pencil. He pops up, she senses the tension, and she goes that away because this ain't got shit to do with her. And Lyrica mentions, well, he brings up the whole Safari thing, and she's like, Safari's cool. He first with everybody, and the text messages, like he would send the shit in group chats. So you have these text messages. He was just like, I ain't never got no text message. He was like, let me see your phone. So he grabs her phone, opens it, and there are no text messages to be found. And she says, well, I don't keep all of my text messages. Now, I know some people don't. I'm gonna be honest, I don't delete text messages, but it's not for the sake of get back. It's just that, again, like, I typically get the biggest iPhone they have, mostly for music, and I never fill it up unless I get a smaller one, but I never fucking fill it up with music. So there's always space, and I've never gotten that whole message of, hey, you need to delete stuff, for storage space or whatever. So I've never had to fucking do it. So, but the fact that she conveniently has no messages between her and Safari, yeah, that's one of those where the block got hot and she had to sit here and delete messages because she saw that shit coming. Ain't nobody stupid. Let me see. When he says ain't no text messages in here and all this other stuff, she says, I'm not doing this. When I see Kay, I'm fucking her up on site. And then, she throws a drink, goes outside. One of the producers is trying to get her to go back in and keep filming, but she's like, you need to go in there, hear what she has to say. Oh, my bad. Hear what he has to say. My bad. That was a total fucking slip up. And Lyrica is just like, you know what? Fuck. It was like, fuck Safari, fuck him, fuck K Michelle, fuck everybody. He was like, that fucking shit. I'm like, okay, you're feeding into K Michelle calling you a fucking sport brat, because it's like you're throwing a fucking tantrum all for what? And he even mentions the fact of, like, the fact that you getting this fucking heat about this shit means that there is something more to it. But her whole thing is she's tired of people, putting all of this extra shit into her relationship. And they're, and A1 even brings up the fact that, okay, well, I didn't just hear from Kay. I also, her, that, like, Brooke also told Beanpot, who told me. So now she's mad at Brooke. And then she says, you got one more time to come me like this. He says, are you threatening me? And she says, you know what? I'm going to go stay with my mom. So, and we foreshadow next episode, she actually does go to stay with her mom. So you have Donatella, she's back. She's hosting a party. She has different people there. The last time she did it, it was Brooke, Bridget, Nasal E, and Masika. And of course, Masika and Hazel got into it. So we'll get back to that in a second. So Brooke says, Lyrica and Kay got into it. If I didn't say, Brooke, Paris, and Princess are also at this event. And Paris is like, I tried to tell her about, K Michelle, da da da. Princess brings up her drama, saying that, let me see, I think she said some girls sent her a message or whatever, or I think Brandy sent her a message that some girl said. I forget how it happened, but a message got sent. She's on the phone. Brandy tries to call her. She doesn't click over because I guess the phone call was important to her, or but she doesn't fucking like Brandy, so it is what it is. And then the very next thing is Brandy sends her a text message saying, okay, so you're scared. Donatella walks up, thanks the girls for being there, and Brooke's like, well, yeah, you have different company. And she was like, and then she said, somebody, with a, nose or whatever, hinting at Nasal. And she was like, yeah, going like the wig. And if y'all know, cause she was like, somebody get it, somebody get it. Oh my gosh, her wig is coming off. Her wig is coming off. That was some funny shit. It was fucking hilarious. And also in this scene, you know, Bean Pie's there. Brooke go talks to him. I ain't got time for the shit. Anyway, A1 and Apple and Ray J. So A1's at his promo video for his EP. He ain't feeling it, not really giving nothing. Which this really makes me think that, I'm not saying that I think it was contrived partially, or he was putting 20 on 10, because even if you ain't feeling it, somebody's paying for this session, which means that if somebody's paying for it, and then you are fucking paying for it, I don't fucking care. You need to be out there with your motherfucking tap shoes on. But whatever, he lit, he got that money, so whatever. Apple Watts, so he comes down off this little platform to go talk to Apple Watts. She said she's been working on her music. He was like, can you spend me something? She was like, no, I don't have anything. He's like, okay, but if Diddy walked in and asked you to, you know, you should, you know, have something. You should be ready to spit, but she ain't ready to spit. But that's some real shit. It's like, if you a rapper, you should have, if, like I said, if you can't freestyle, you should at least have a rap in your head. You know, if you are an aspiring singer, you know, you should already have a song in your head when somebody walks up. It don't even need to be a song where you sit here and you just blowing, but at least just to show that, you know, I can hold a tune or something. So Ray J walks up, he mentions the gender reveal and whatnot. You know, A1 mentions Lyrica, her Lyrica, and Apple was like, I'm gonna go this way now, because I ain't trying to be involved in none of this shit, cause I'm just trying to be, you know, cool so I can get this bread. And A1 says he need answers. Ray J says that he's coming for K Michelle's show. So, you know, they should probably hit each other up. And I like how Ray J low-key. Now, I'm going to need for Ray J to be a little bit more out there with promoting his shit. But if y'all saw, he had his little scooty bike on his head promoting his brand. I ain't mad at him. You got Paris and K. Now, they make up in the scene. And I really wasn't feeling it. Mostly due to the fact that it makes me think that either, because first and foremost, they are following each other on social media, and they were since the last episode. But this makes me think that either A, they made up before the show, and they were pretty much just reenacting their sit down. Or B, a lot was left on the cutting room floor, and it was, let us just piece this scene together. But Kate was even saying to it, just like, you know, it ain't the principle, it's the fact that you stole. And I believe it was a deleted scene that I saw where K Michelle was even saying that she was at this time really just getting money, so every little bit counts. And the fact that you took this from me means you taking from my son, because K Michelle does not have her son with her, but she sends money back to make sure that her son is good. So a lot of what she does is for her son. Understandable. But again, it just seems like the scene, it just didn't flow to me. And even K Michelle trying to explain herself, and Paris says in her confessional that, you know, Kay likes to play the victim, but I'm the victim. No, sweetheart, no. K Michelle is the victim, because the way that I am now looking at this, it seems like you were the assistant, you were no longer the assistant. You should have went into the rideshare app, taken out K Michelle's credit card information, but you didn't. So then when it was charged, yeah, you fucking stole from her. I don't know if it was intentionally or unintentionally. K Michelle pretty much says that she didn't meant to do her any harm, because she only wants to see her win. Because Paris' whole thing is, you know, now people gonna see me as a thief, but sweetheart, you sort of kind of is, but okay. And they make up. Alright. So you got Princess Ray J, Brandy, and Sonya at the gender reveal. So it's a girl. I want to pause here, and we know it's a girl. I think they've already had the baby, but I want to pause here to say this. Look, y'all. The shit you do will come back in one way or the other. So all the womanizing and disrespect that Ray J has done to women, well, it's going to come back to him in the form of him having a girl. I'm not saying that anything is going to happen to the girl, but now Ray J is going to be literally paranoid as fuck, because yes, now you gotta sit here and worry about all the shit that you did to women, another guy coming around and trying to pull that same shit on your girl. So I wish nothing bad on the child, but typically for men, when you do wrong by women, you get it back in the form of having a girl. But there's that. Ray J, so they get done with the whole introduction, so now it's the family. Ray J mentions the public apology, Princess is laughing, and Sonya doesn't find it to be funny, and she tells her it's not funny. She publicly embarrassed you, and then Princess like, how? Now right then, I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, this couldn't have been me in this scene. Regardless of if I was sitting in Brandy's spot or if I was sitting in Ray J's spot. I'm sorry. I'm not finna let nobody. If my mom is wrong, I'm gonna let my dudes know she wrong. Point blank in the fucking period. But what you're not finna do, you're not finna disrespect my mother. And in this moment, I'm pretty sure there is some shit that happens behind the scenes. But we're only dealing with the fuck we see. Sonya, in my opinion, wasn't being disrespectful, but it's just like you catching a tone with her. And on some real shit, I'm surprised Sonya, never mind. But Sonya says she wants her to be stress-free. She lost a baby once before, so she'll deal with her when, she has the baby. And, that I guess Princess said something along the lines of deal with me now, some shit like that. And it's just like, for whatever reason, she likes drama. It just is motherfucker. And Sonya even said she wasn't raised that way. And even though I don't feel like going back in the previous season, but I know there is some turmoil in her family. And when you were raised with a different set of values and raised a different way, certain shit you're just not raised with. As much as I would love to sit here and give y'all some family shit, I'm not gonna sit here and put my family, like, it's one thing for me to put my business out there, but I'm not putting my family's business out there. But let's just say I've dealt with that. Maybe give me 2 years and I might tell a story. So Brandy mentions to her that, she does not want people in their business. And when you go to social media, you pull people in there. And Princess like, so what? Now, at this point, first and foremost, again, I really do think that her having that having that baby is reason that people ain't going there with it, because it's just like you being disrespectful. And I think she's being disrespectful because she knows nobody's going to try me because I'm carrying this child. All right. And she says you have to be an example for the baby, and she like, and you're an example for yours. And Brandy's like, I'm not perfect, but I'm also not a punk. She's like, well, neither am I. And it seemed like at that point she really didn't have a comeback, but Brandy was trying to be real cool with her, hugged her, and she even says that, there's a lot of shit that happens behind the scenes again, but we don't necessarily see it. She said there's text messages. I just want to know why the fuck you didn't screenshot the text messages and give them to the producer so the producer could have showed us on the motherfucking screen, but I digress. But Princess did say something that this family is all about appearances. I understand both sides. I do. Because I'm weary about certain shit that I put out there, because I don't necessarily like a lot of people in my business. As extroverted as I may come off, I'm very much a fucking recluse. But at the same exact time, I did grow up with my family where everything was about image. And anything that you did, it always went back to how somebody else looks. And it's just like, I can really give a fuck about that. So I kind of do understand both sides, but I get what Brandy is saying, where she's like, because she was like, well, we're already in the public eye. And Brandy was like, that's true, but why give them more? So yes, you're already in the public eye, but why put more shit out there to further put people in your business? It's like people putting decrypting posts on and shit on Facebook, and then when you fucking reply to it, and it's like, why are you in my business? The fuck? Anyway, Brooke is there. Lyrica rolls up. Lyrica is going at Brooke. Brooke says, you ain't getting no dick in your marriage. I was just like, wait, whoa, too much. And then Lyrica like, Safari flirts with everyone. No, I think Brooke says Safari flirts with everyone. Lyrica pulls a Whitney and says, show me the receipts. Show me the text messages. Now, one, how she gonna show you the text messages when you had the text messages? 1. 2, where was this same energy with K. Michelle? Because when K. Michelle said I had a text message, that was a prime opportunity for you, but I will show me the text messages then. but you didn't. And even when she got into it with Moniece, I believe it was last season, she tried to play tough, but she ain't have this same fucking energy. So I think that she feels that she can come at Brooke, but she ain't had that same energy for K. Michelle and Moniece. Just saying. So Brooke says, you know, you fucked him, didn't you? You wanted to fuck him. And then Lyrica pushed some shit off the table, and then she, you know, semi-flips the table and, you know, tells her, you know, that, you know, her and K. Michelle pretty much want the same. And Brooke is walking off saying she got a husband and a side nigga she lit. But we saw that in the previews, and that was funny. That was a funny one line. So Safaree and A1 meet up. A1 is like, why the fuck you texting my wife? And Safaree says, it is what it is. And he's like, why you taking shit out your motherfucking pocket like you came here to do something? So Safaree says, bitches like me, and she likes me too. And A1's like, bitches? And then he lunges out. Now, my thing is, part of me feels A1 is really putting on. But at the same exact time, he even said, because it was two separate statements in one saying, he was like, bitches like me and she like me too. So he wasn't necessarily calling Lyrica a bitch, but it is what it is. A1 needs camera time, so hey, they gonna sell their motherfucking marriage for this motherfucking storyline. It is what it is. I'm a little bit upset that Safaree has gone from the comedic relief to actually be in the middle of some mess, but it is what it is. So that's my review for Love Hip Hop Hollywood season 5 episode 2. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Comment in the comment section below. Rate, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys for Basketball Wives. Peace.